Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Welcome. Welcome, dear students. In pharmaceutical production technologies, today in this lecture, we are going to discuss capsule production. Capsule is one of the unit dosage forms, just like tablets. It's rather easy to produce when we are talking about the capsule production, but capsule shell production is itself a typical process. So in this lecture, we are going to discuss the various aspects of capsule shell production, and then we will be moving to the other aspects of capsule production technologies. So let's enjoy this lecture. After going through this lecture, you will be able to understand about the capsule dosage form. You will learn advantages and disadvantages of capsule dosage form, the composition and production of capsule cells, sorting, printing and storage of empty capsule shells, and then hard gelatin capsules. Now, what is going to be our lesson plan? We will be starting with the definitions and the basic concept of capsule dosage form, advantages, disadvantages, capsule shell production, capsule shell storage, and then hard gelatin capsules. Friends, capsules are solid dosage forms, unit solid dosage forms, in which the drug substance is enclosed within either a hard or soft soluble shell, usually formed from a gelatin. The term capsule is derived from the Latin word capsula, means a small container. Today, capsules are classified as either hard or soft gelatin capsule, depending on the nature of the shell. Most capsules of both types are intended to be swallowed whole. However, some soft gelatin capsules are intended for rectal or vaginal insertion as suppositories. In case of some hormonal uh, capsules, they may be inserted through the rectal or vaginal route. Okay. So British Pharmacopoeia defines capsules are the solid preparations with hard or soft cells of various shapes and capacities, usually containing a single dose of active substance, and they are intended for oral administration. This is by the British Pharmacopoeia. So it's a unit dosage form, solid and liquid material both can be used for enclosing, and it is meant for oral route in general. Developed in 1834 by a Persian pharmacist for very first time. Approximately worldwide share in prescribed drugs is 20%. Okay, 20% share it has in the entire dosage forms. This was all about the definition part of capsule. Now moving to materials to be filled in capsules. They may be dry powder, semi-solids, non-aqueous liquids, beads, mini tablets, mini capsules. They may be enclosed as materials inside the capsules. In the no drug systems, the capsules have been modified in various forms. Okay, they are advanced capsules are there, which have been formed with the help of various polymers, not just with the help of gelatin. The shells may be of different types. They are called vegetarian source of capsules. So anyway, so capsules can be defined as hard gelatin capsules, soft gelatin capsules, or non-gelatinous capsules. There is a run for vegetarian capsules, they are called, because these are non-vegetarian source. You can say gelatin is obtained from the animal source. Okay, so many people or many patients look for non-gelatin capsules. This is the one of the advanced form in which, with the help of various polymers, the capsule shell can be prepared. And because they are not from animal origin, so they have got their different demand and the acceptance in. It may be due to immunogenicity, maybe, and most of the time also with respect to the regional preferences and cultural preferences. People don't go for the animal source things, so they go for non-gelatinous capsules. However, they are expensive as compared to the gelatin capsules. So as we can see, they are obtained in the different sizes. 000 is the maximum size, in which the volume is 1.36 ml, and 1110 milligram mass it can have when it is full completely. 0.95 ml for 00 size with 775 milligram of mass. Size 0 0.67 ml capacity with 530 milligram field weight. Size 1 0.48 ml capacity or the volume, and the 365 milligram is a field mass. For size 2, 0.37 ml capacity and 300 ml, 300 mg is the field mass. For size 3, smaller one, 0.27 is the volume, 0.27 ml and 200 milligram mass. 0.21 ml for size 4, the capacity is there, and 160 milligram is a field mass. For size 5, which is the smallest one, 0.13 is the ml, that volume, and then 100 mg is the field mass. So as you can see that with the increase in number of size of capsule is decreasing. 0 size is having largest size, and size 5 is having the smallest one, okay, with 100 milligram field mass and 0.13 ml field volume, while the 000 is having 1.36 ml capacity and 1110 milligram field mass. So this is the size distribution, you can say size distribution, or in various sizes the capsule cells are formed, and these are the standard sizes of capsule. Okay. Now what are the advantages of capsules? Let us discuss what are the advantages. Over other solid dosage forms, it has got the higher rate of dissolution, as disintegration is only limited to solubilization of cell. Only when shell is required to be solubilized, otherwise it is directly available to the media, the content. Better taste masking it can have over liquid dosage form, and uniform dosing, better stability it shows, and modified release is possible in the capsules. You will say that how modified release is possible. What you can do, that you can have different fractions of particles mixed in the content of that capsule. One may be uh, one may be quick releasing one, okay, quick releasing fractions, then fast releasing fractions, okay, this fast releasing fractions and slow releasing fraction and extra slow releasing fractions, you mix them all together and then fill it into the capsule. Then you will be finding that the quick release fraction will be released immediately, then fast releasing fraction followed by the fast release, slow release, and then extra slow release fractions will be delivered with the passage of time, and with this kind of using the different beads, having the different coatings, we can make them modified release. Okay, so there, however, the different kind of technologies are also involved. I have just given you the simplest example. Okay, what are the more advantages? It is easy to swallow. The medicament is protected here and therapeutically inert, and it is easy to digest, that shell, easy to handle and carry. Uh, they are available in the different sizes. Product identification is easy. In the case of capsules, there is no need of complicated machinery for preparing them, for filling them. Filling of incompatible substances in the same capsule can be done in case of capsule dosage form. Now, after the advantages, let's discuss what are the disadvantages of the capsules. Stability is low as the material for shell. Gelatin is very hygroscopic. Gelatin, which is the component of the this capsule shell, is very hygroscopic. It cannot be given, that capsule cannot be given to the unconscious patient because it has to be swallowed, and unconscious patient cannot swallow itself. Highly soluble salts like iodides, bromides and chlorides generally should not be dispensed in hard gelatin capsules. The rapid release may cause the gastric irritation. Rate of production is slower as compared to the tablet. Rate of production is slower as compared to the tablet, again because tablet production is completely automated, and effervescent substances may cause to capsule too soft. Well, the delicent material may dry to the capsule shell to excessive one. So these were some limitations of the capsule shell. In spite of various advantages as compared to the other solid and liquid dosage forms, some limitations are there. Now, how capsule cells are produced? It has got a mold pin. Okay, this is the mold pin, as you can see here. This is a mold pin which is prepared. Mold pin is dipped into the solution of gelatin. Here for the first stage is dipping, then it is spinned in such a way that it's got the uniform coating of that particular gelatin coating, and then drying is done. The next step is drying, and because the solution is there over this mold pin, it is dried and the mold is prepared. Then stripping is done. Stripping is the next step. Cutting is done, body and the cap, in the body and cap part, and then they are joined. The body and cap are joined, put together, and here the mold pin which has been replaced, or it has removed, it has been freed. It again comes for dipping after the cleaning, lubrication, cleaning of that particular solution, and then lubrication is again done, and then mold release is mold is again ready for the dipping process. So this dipping, spinning, drying, uh, drying, stripping, cutting and joining are the major steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So total 6 steps are there for capsule shell production. So most of the time it is asked the sequence or the number to enumerate the process of capsule shell production. It is dipping, spinning, drying, stripping, cutting, joining. These are the major 6 steps of capsule shell production. Remember this step. Okay. Now, what are the materials required for the capsule shell production? Gelatin. It is mostly used, mostly acceptable, and shows the excellent performance. While hypromellose may also be used, it is less hygroscopic, suitable for the vegetarian patient, and no stability issue is there in case of hypromellose. Okay. However, many more polymers are also being investigated and being used for these you can say for vegetarian patients, for providing the non-animal origin capsule shell production material. So capsule shell production, gelatin are used as the most widely available material for production of capsule shell. It is obtained from the animal skin. By the acid hydrolysis, type A gelatin is produced, while from the animal bones, when the basic hydrolysis is done, type B gelatin is produced. So type A gelatin from animal skin after acid hydrolysis, and type B gelatin from animal bones after basic hydrolysis, type B gelatin is obtained. So there are two types of gelatin which are used in the capsule shell production. What does the controlled manufacturing environment consist of? What is the composition? The relative humidity, what are the requirement? Relative humidity should be plus minus 0.5%. Okay, temperature should not vary from 0.5%, 0.5 degrees Celsius, and air circulation, there must be 8 to 10 changes per hour may be there in the air circulation when we are going for capsule shell production. Mold. These mold which we have discussed, the mold pin, these are stainless steel molds. They are known as pins, mold pins. They are cylindrical with a hemispherical end, mounted 30 in a line on metal bars, and the temperature is kept at 22 degrees Celsius for producing these capsule cells before the stage of dipping, which we have discussed. Okay, dipping, spinning, drying. Okay. So these molds are used basically for the capsule shell production, on which the capsule material, whether you use the gelatin or hypromellose, these pins are dipped onto these solutions and on this mold, and they are dried, and then again the processing is done. The shaft. After the mold, shaft it taper along its length toward the end of 0.1 to 0.3 mm per centimeter. This makes it easier to remove the dried films from the pins, and set of pins bar greater than or equal to 5. They are assembled in a rack, dipped into the gelatin solution, and the solution temperature is kept at 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. The mold fin temperature should be lower than the gelatin point of the solution, that gelling point of the solution. So what happens, that salt form is converted into the gel form, and it forms a homogeneous film. So homogeneous film is formed over that mold pin on the which are kept onto the shaft. What are the important points? What are the important points we must consider when we are going for the capsule shell production? Friends, rate of drain of wet film is directly proportional to the solution viscosity. The amount retained on the pin, that mold pin, is directly proportional to the solution viscosity. If you will increase the viscosity, there will be increased amount which will be retaining on the pin. Okay, so the viscosity must be selected very carefully when viscosity of that material, that gelatin or hypromellose, okay, that solution's viscosity must be selected very carefully to avoid any issue. So this is used to control the thickness of the capsule cell. So viscosity is used for controlling the thickness of the capsule cell. Okay, by this controlling the viscosity, we can control the thickness of the capsule cell. Mold pin. The mold pin emerges from the surface of the solution. A string-like connection forms between pin base and the solution surface. It gets thinner it is called necking, until it eventually breaks, so leaving a blob of gelatin on the end of the pin. Okay. Capsule contents of empty capsule shell should be in the range of 13 to 16%. That moisture content should be maintained at to 13 to 16%. The average production cycle time is 45 minutes. Prepared empty cells then go through for the further processing steps like capsule shortening, capsule printing, then packaging and storage. We can understand that overall capsule production is divided into two major components, in which the first step the capsule cells are produced and second is capsules are filled. So in general, the pharma manufacturing, they have got the two different, those who are actually preparing the capsules as a dosage form, filling it, are not actually producing the capsule cells. Capsule cell producing units are different. They just get the empty capsule cells, and the filling machines are there in which the mixture of API and the API along with the excipients are filled into the capsule shells. So that's why we are discussing both the things, because capsule shell production is also a part of the capsule dosage form production, and it's a art as well as a science to know about the capsule cell production. What are the factors? Because the success of the dosage form depends on the quality of capsule shell we are using. How we do the capsule sorting? Prepared empty capsule cells are taken to the capsule sorting device, and the correct empty capsule cells are separated from the damaged empty capsule cells. So the mechanical filters, optical filters, manual filtration, and PLC based automatic sorting device may be there. So we can sort out the faulty capsule cells from the correct one with the help of sorting devices. Now, when we have sorted out the correct one, the printing is done on for marking, putting some marks from the manufacturer or the manufacturer logo, manufacturer name, or some identification mark is printed with the help of offset printing method. The printing contains name of API, it may have the dose of API, name of the manufacturer. Edible inks are used obviously, and shellac based inks are used mostly. 40% shellac solution used as ink base in these capsule printing system, and these capsule cells are taken for these printing machines, and they are printed properly on the desired place, desired location. The printing is done as an identification mark, and it may have a variety of printing. Now what we have done, we have sorted out, we have printed the capsule. Now packaging and storage, how we will do the packaging. Moisture content is most important parameter, and it should be within the range of the capsule cell. The empty capsule cell should be stored into 13 to 16% weight by weight. The moisture content of empty capsule cell should be in this range, 13 to 16% weight by volume. And for every 1% change in moisture, there is a 0.5% change in capsule cell dimension. Okay, so ideal condition for temperature is between 15 degrees Celsius and 13 degrees Celsius. So please do remember this thing, that you cannot uh, change the moisture content, because the moisture content may change the dimension of the capsule shell. So please do remember this thing when we are discussing about the packaging and storage. Now, capsule cell production is associated with some major faults like cracked, the body or caps with many splits. It may have double capping, capsules with additional cap covering body. It may be there double, just like you are having two glasses, inserted together when we are having the disposable glasses. Double dipping, extra thick cap due to double dipping may be there. It is one of the important fault or major fault. Failure to separate may be another fault. Cap and body may not separate properly. So because we want proper separating, because for filling they must be separated and then they will be joined together again. Hole, the irregular opening in cap or body may be there. The presence of hole is another major fault in the capsule shell production. So cracking, double capping, double dipping, failure to separate, and hole are the major faults in the capsule shell production. In continuation of these major faults, joined in lock, capsule in lock position may be there. Okay, they are not at all separating. Long cap or body, length of cap or body 1 mm more than the specification is the major fault. And mechanically damaged, a squash flat mashing is done. Pinched cap or body are damaged in collect. The pinch is greater than 3 mm. Okay, short body, length 0.4 mm less than the specification is called the short body major. It is one of the major fault again. So please do remember these faults, and we must go for the resolution of these things. Most of the time, the operating parameters like viscosity of the gelatin solution, drying conditions, rate of drying, timing of machinery for separating the body and cap. These are some important critical factors, along with the washing of the mold pins and applying of lubrication are the controlling factors which may avoid these major faults. In continuation, trimming is also a fault. Hole or piece of trimmed end cap or body inside the capsules. Uncut cap or body may be there. Untrimmed cap or body may be there. Unjoined single cap or body may be there. Okay. Dye speck, it may colored spot of pigment different from cap or body color. It may be there in major faults. Okay. Another fault is short cap. Length 1 mm less than the specification is called short cap. Split in wall starting from cap or body edge. Okay. Telescope, closed capsule with protruding piece of cap or body is another major fault. Thin spot, solder we call it. Thin area may rupture when capsule is filled. Thin area may rupture when capsule is filled. So this is the another major fault for the capsule cell production. Capsule shell production, in when we see the injection molding, for this method raw material with thermoplastic property is required. The advantage of this technique is the starting material has less water content in this method. Low production cost as no drying step is involved in this method. In injection molding, minimum chances of microbial contamination are there in the injection molding method. Produce capsule with precise dimensions. This method produces the capsules with precise dimensions, injection molding. So please do remember this method. Now injection molding, how injection molding is done? We take the raw material with the high pressure melting, molten material is produced, and then at this 70 to 200 MPa, 120 to 180 degrees Celsius, this should be below the glass Tyson or the melting temperature of the polymer. Okay, then injection of molten material is done into the mold is cooled, and then removal of molded part is done. So by this way we can do the injection molding, but just remember this thing that you must keep the temperature below that the melting of the polymer, melting point of the polymer. Now we have come to the hard gelatin capsules. It consists of two pieces in the form of cylinders closed at one end. The shorter piece is called the cap. This cap fits over the open end of longer piece called body. Hard gelatin capsules are also known as dry filled capsules or two-piece capsules. The drug substances placed in the body and the cap are slided over it, hence enclosing the drug substance. You are just putting the cap onto the body and then it is packed. Now what is the composition of capsules? There are parts of the hard gelatin capsule, cap and body. There are two major parts. There is a locking ring. Okay, as you can see here, locking ring is there. Pre-lock. This is the pre-lock here. Cap ring. Cap ring is there. Air vent is there. Okay, it is the part of the cap basically. In general, you don't see it, but these are the parts which are there in the hard gelatin capsules. Body edge, okay, body edge, locking ring and air vent are there in the body. Okay, in the body there are also the locking ring, air vent and these body edge parts are there. So cap and body are the two major parts, two major parts which are having these sub parts in the capsule shell. So friends, these are some of the further readings which we suggest you for going for the capsules, and they are the capsules specifically for the, when we go for the encyclopedia, you can also refer the encyclopedias of the with respect to the capsule. There are a series of books. So let me summarize this capsule production technology. Whatever we have discussed here in this lecture, capsules are unit dosage forms. They are the solid dose form. We studied their official definitions. We can put uh, the drugs which are incompatible generally with each other in other dosage form. We cannot prepare them together for taste masking purposes. They are easy to handle, easy to carry. Okay, no machinery or no special medical supervision is required. Disadvantage we studied that unconscious patient cannot take it. Some other disadvantage we discussed over the tablet and other formulations. Production of capsule cells may be hard gelatin, soft gelatin, or the non-gelatin capsules. So we studied that the gelatin may be of two types, gelatin type A and type B. Okay, hypromellose may be used for the vegetarian capsules, for preparing the vegetarian capsules, and we studied how capsules are produced with the molding methods in general, in which dipping, spinning, drying, and other methods, other stripping or separating, joining. These are the major steps which you must remember. And then we also studied the injection molding is another method by which we can have the precise dimensions and precise capsule can be produced with the help of the injection molding method. And after we prepare these capsules, we go for sorting these capsules, printing, and then storage of prepared empty capsule cells. Then we studied hard gelatin capsules. They have the two major components, body and cap, and we can prepare them in variety of sizes. Also, we studied that there are sizes. Size 000 is the largest size, and size 5 is smallest size. Okay, so mass and the volume you must remember. With this, we have come to the end of capsule production technology. This much part we have studied, and then we will be discussing more aspects of capsule productions and capsule filling in our next lecture. Thank you for being with us. Happy learning.